It started with one screenshot, a fake BBC-style graphic claiming Mollie Callaghan had blasted Leah Thomas and threatened to boycott the 2028 Olympics. The quote looked clean, professional, and believable enough to fool anyone scrolling fast. Within hours, it spread across X and TikTok, captioned with outrage. Some users cheered her supposed honesty. Others called her comments disgusting. Nobody asked if she'd even said it. For a few hours, the internet believed an Olympic champion had stepped into one of the most volatile debates in modern sports. But she hadn't said a word. And by the time the truth surfaced, the wildfire was already burning. The fake quote didn't come from a random tweet. It looked official, BBC logo, verified layout, even the proper font. Whoever made it knew exactly how to trick the public. Within minutes, sports gossip pages started reposting it without checking. TikTok edits followed, showing Mollie's race clips alongside captions about standing up for fairness. By midday, the narrative had legs. People were tagging Mollie's official account, demanding answers, dragging her into a controversy she never created. Fans flooded her comment sections, some defending her, others tearing her apart. Reports suggest the fake post came from a politically charged account that had previously targeted women's sports figures. But by the time fact-checkers stepped in, screenshots were already viral on Reddit, X, and Facebook, with millions of impressions and no source in sight. Swimming Australia didn't wait long. Within hours of the fake quotes spreading, they released a firm statement calling the posts completely fabricated. No hesitation, no soft language. They made it clear Mollie never made any comment about Leah Thomas or transgender athletes, period. Their tone wasn't defensive, it was surgical. These statements are false and harmful, the release said, slamming the viral accounts for weaponizing Mollie's name. They even urged media outlets to verify before echoing misinformation. A rare public scolding from a national sports body. But that's not all. Insiders claim the organization also contacted X and Instagram directly to flag the fake images for takedown. That's how seriously they treated it. For an Olympic federation to intervene this quickly, it wasn't just PR, it was damage control at full throttle. Mollie stayed silent at first. No statements, no stories, no interviews. Just silence, which of course made the rumors grow even louder. Fans and critics started debating whether the silence meant guilt or exhaustion. But then she broke it. Her response came not through a press conference, but a single post, calm, minimal, and measured. She wrote, "I never said that. Please stop spreading lies. No hashtags. No outrage. Just clarity." And that move worked. The simplicity hit harder than any long apology ever could. It reminded people that Mollie's reputation wasn't built on headlines. It was built on results. She's a double world champion who's known for her quiet intensity, not social controversy. Still, even after her statement, the screenshots kept circulating. Some fan accounts refused to delete them. Others twisted her denial into new conspiracy threads. The internet wasn't just questioning her, it was rewriting her. The internet didn't just react, it erupted. Within hours, X, Reddit, and TikTok were overflowing with takes, memes, and side-by-side evidence threads. Screenshots of the fake quote spread faster than the correction ever could. Some users blurred out the fact-check labels just to keep the outrage going. Then came the influencers, fitness creators, political commentators, even ex-athletes, each using Mollie's name for algorithmic oxygen. Suddenly, a made-up quote turned into a multi-platform war over what she really meant. But that's not all. Fans started digging through old interviews, searching for anything that could be twisted to fit the narrative. Clips of Mollie's neutral comments about competition were repackaged with misleading captions like, "See? She's hinting at it." What began as one fake screenshot had turned into a digital wildfire, and no one wanted to put it out. Because outrage online sells better than truth. Mollie wasn't the only one burned by the storm. Truth itself took a hit. Once the fake quote gained momentum, correction posts barely made a dent. News outlets issued statements. Swimming Australia went on record. But people had already chosen their version of the story. Reports claim that even Mollie's sponsors privately checked in, worried the controversy might drag their brand into political territory. Fans noticed she briefly turned off comments on one of her posts, a silent move that spoke louder than any press release. The real victim here wasn't just a 20-year-old swimmer, it was credibility. The internet's attention span moved on, but the digital footprint didn't. Those fake screenshots still circulate in dark corners of fan forums, uncorrected and unlinked from the truth. Then it got even wilder, because Swimming Australia decided to fight back, not just for Mollie, but for control of the narrative itself. Swimming Australia went into full defense mode, not just with words, but with precision. Within hours, their comms team issued a formal statement labeling the quotes fabricated and demanding that platforms remove them. They didn't just defend Mollie, they reframed her as the victim of digital defamation. Insiders told The Guardian that the organization even traced the earliest posts back to a few anonymous sports meme accounts. That's when it became clear. This wasn't a misunderstanding. It was a manufactured controversy designed to go viral. They knew the longer the silence lasted, the deeper the lie would stick. So they did what few federations ever do. They addressed it head-on, naming the problem before it could define their athlete. It was a corporate PR meeting, cancel culture. And for once, the corporation actually showed up swinging. But that's not all, because the internet wasn't ready to let the story die. This is where the story stops being about Mollie and starts being about something much larger. Every few months, sports collide with culture, and identity politics takes center stage. The moment an athlete's name appears next to words like transgender, boycott, or fairness, the internet turns it into a full-blown battlefield. Mollie's situation exposed that pressure cooker again. Fans weren't arguing facts, they were arguing feelings. It wasn't about what she said, but what people wanted her to have said. Because outrage sells faster than truth. And that's the danger for every modern athlete. One screenshot can redefine a career before the athlete even opens their mouth. The line between opinion and misinformation has never been thinner, and every sports federation is now learning it the hard way. For Mollie, this wasn't just a scandal. It was a warning shot for everyone who lives in the intersection of fame, identity, and algorithm. When the noise finally settled, Mollie O'Callaghan wasn't trending because of her medals. She was trending because of a lie. A single fake quote turned a national champion into a political headline overnight. And even though the truth came out, the stain of virality doesn't wash off easily. Her name will now live in search results alongside something she never said. That's the cruel echo of digital outrage. Even when you win back your story, you never get back the silence that came before it. And as Swimming Australia works overtime to rebuild trust, the question lingers. How many more athletes will be burned by the same wildfire? And that's how one fake screenshot almost took down an Olympic champion's image overnight. What's your take? Are athletes safe from digital lies anymore? If you're into stories that expose the chaos behind fame, subscribe to Control Plus Style. Hit like, share it around, and stay tuned. You dig where others scroll past.